In the smartphone world, most of the time the public's gaze is pointed at your Samsungs and Apples and LGs, the brands that make the flashiest and most eye-catching devices out there. But they are far from the only players on the market, especially once you enter markets such as China, where the no-compromises approach doesn't work out nearly as well. So it's no surprise that Xiaomi, one of the bigger smartphone makers in the People's Republic, would make its flagship device, the Mi 6, so seemingly pedestrian. It has already proven it can do new and weird with the Mi Mix, but now it's time to actually sell devices, so some corners inevitably have to be cut to be able to deliver good specs at a competitive price. Display. Seeing as the Mi 6's price range is in lower end of the flagship spectrum, it's only natural we'll be seeing a few corners get cut. Such is the case with the display, a 5.2-inch, Full HD LCD panel, which is noticeably cold and inaccurate in terms of color representation. To Xiaomi's credit, this can be fixed, but only inside a confusing settings menu which claims to affect the contrast instead. The glass panel in front of the panel doesn't appear to be quite durable, as it managed to pick up some fairly noticeable scratches in the week or so we use the phone. Bad news for people prone to handling their devices more roughly. Interface and performance. Like many other Chinese brands, Xiaomi's in-house MIUI Android skin is an unashamed iOS copycat in almost every way. Still, it's chock full of useful features, such as a built-in theming engine, a screen recorder, a one-handed mode, with a slightly ridiculous activation gesture, and more. There is, however, one glaring feature omission: split-screen multitasking isn't included, despite there being no hardware limitations that would worsen its performance. But the most impressive aspect of using the Xiaomi Mi 6 is its performance. It can handle whatever task you throw at it. There were almost no occasions where our review unit would so much as stutter, which is impressive considering some other, considerably more expensive recent flagships are having trouble running their own home screens. Looking at you, Samsung. This is in large part thanks to the inclusion of the high-end Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 SoC, which, combined with a slightly overkill 6GB of RAM, results in a silky smooth user experience. Animations are fluid and responsive, and app switching is near instantaneous. So major props to Xiaomi for delivering on what is probably the most important aspect of a smartphone. There's two storage options for customers, a 64GB one and a slightly more expensive 128GB one. This is important due to the fact that the Mi 6 lacks an SD card slot, meaning you get only the storage you pay for. No backsies.